Yo, this video is so fucking late. Oh man, I wanted to do this last week, but whatever. Based on the title of this video, it's I got my prediction video for Alistair Overeem versus Stipe Miocic, and the fight's tomorrow. Jesus Christ, so fucking late. Whatever. But I want to give my thoughts on who I think is gonna win, and I'm also gonna say who I want to win. And obviously, for me, who I want to win, I want Alistair Overeem to win. It's not that I'm a fan of Overeem. It's I've been wanting to see him fight. Possibly, I want Cain Velasquez to fight him. That's who I've been wanting to see that fight for years. Ever since Overeem was back in Strikeforce, when he had like his Hulk muscular form, where he looked all invincible. And when I first saw him fight against Verdum, I thought he was like extremely overrated because he looked slow. He looked like he didn't have the best stamina. He didn't look like he had a lot of body speed. But now things are different when you fast forward. Like, that was a while back ago. 4 years ago, I think. I can't remember. But I think Alistair Overeem looks a lot better now that he doesn't have all that muscle on him. I think he's going to have better he has better stamina, better cardio now, and some better speed and more fluidity in his striking, his grappling, and everything. So having big muscles isn't everything. So who do I think is going to win between him and Stipe Miocic? First, let's go over striking. Now, the striking aspect, you have to give the boxing to Stipe Miocic. The guy's a Golden Gloves boxer. He's got a pretty solid resume in the boxing world. If you go by like Alistair, he's really good at keeping you at a distance with his jab, his height. He uses his height well. He's got some power in his hands. And the power aspect, I think it's like a toss-up on who has more power in their hands between Stipe and Alistair. But I feel like Alistair has a little more technique in his boxing, and he has more fluidity and speed. I think fluidity is very important when you get a little more important than just having speed. How well can you put your combinations together? How well does it flow for you? And I think for the boxing aspect, I think I'd have to give it to Stipe Miocic over Alistair Overeem, at least in that aspect. Now, as far as the kicking goes, you have to give that to Alistair Overeem. Stipe, he does do like some low kicks every now and then, but he mainly concentrates on his boxing and his head movement and circling, going forward, trying to get inside, staying in the pocket. Where Alistair kind of keeps you at a distance. He paces himself, especially in his last couple fights, using his kicks and his knees. He's really powerful when it comes to kicking and his knees. And another aspect of the striking game is the clinch for Alistair, because he has the ability to use the clinch work because of his K1 kickboxing, his background. He was a K1 champion. He's good at his when he has the clinch game. He's good at using the knees, very powerful knees. From a distance, he launches at you with powerful knees to the freaking gut right here, man. And they're pretty damn effective. Now, what Alistair, what has been known as his weakness in this past, because he tends to like hold his hands down, and there were times where it seemed to me his speed didn't look so up to par from what people were kind of expecting. But this was back when Alistair was more like before he got caught with performance enhancing drugs, and then he had to get suspended. But he looked all hulkier and muscular, and I always thought that hindered him in his striking. I never thought that having big muscles meant that you're going to be a better striker. But now that he has toned down his muscle, he's more slender. He's more like, he can be more fluid. You know, he has more stamina. I think that's going to help his striking out a lot. So striking goes, I think you have to give just a slight edge to Overeem just because he has the knees and the kicking. Or Stipe mainly concentrates on the boxing. And the clinch game is going to be very important here. I think possibly the one who can control the clinch game is going to be the one who might win this fight. Because Overeem, you got like the deadly knees with this clinch game. If you get too close to him, Alistair, he's really good at wrestling too, putting guys up against the cage. Stipe, he's got some background in wrestling. So in the next part, we're going to talk about the ground game. Freaking Alistair, he's been to the ground with some of the best. He was in Verdum's guard, and he actually kind of out-grappled Verdum a little when he fought him. Even though it was a boring fight, you still have to take some parts of the fight where he was fighting Verdum, and you could see he actually did like okay against Verdum. He's got great takedown defense. Stipe's got some good takedowns. He's got some background in wrestling. He owned Mark Hunt, but I think Mark Hunt, I don't know, isn't at the level of Alistair when it comes to takedown defense. Miocic, he does have the ability to put you up against the fence and make it into a dirty fight, dirty boxing, like he tried to do to Dos Santos. Even though he lost a close match with it, he still tried using that aspect the way Kane tries to fight against people. He likes putting. There are times he has the ability to put you up against the cage and out wrestle you, out muscle you, and use his cardio in that aspect. Alistair is more of a defensive fighter when it comes to the takedown, but he does have the ability to take guys down and work with you on the ground. But it seems to me lately his strength has been to stay up on the feet, have his great takedown defense, and just push guys off. Now, it depends. Like, it's like two different guys. I feel like I'm talking like as if this is Aldo and Edgar. Two different styles of grappling where they kind of complement each other. It's all about who can implement their game plan the strongest. Now, as wrestling, I think I'll give it to Miocic because he likes to implement it a lot more. We've seen it happen in his UFC fights. Alistair, I think I might give the jiu-jitsu edge for him. He does have a solid guillotine. He has used it in the past. He's gone to the ground with some of the top guys in the world. So I think I'll give the grappling edge, probably a jiu-jitsu for Overeem wrestling, to Miocic. Now here's where I think Miocic might have a stronger chance here, is if it gets past the 2 rounds. I think Miocic has a huge advantage because he's gone to wars with freaking Dos Santos. He went all arounds with Mark Hunt. His gas tank is pretty damn good. It looks pretty impressive from his last couple fights. The kind of pace he brings, and I'm not so sure if Overeem can be able to do that. Overeem is the type of guy who paces himself, but there's a reason for that. He can gas out. He's had a tendency to gas out in the past, and that's one of his huge weaknesses that I think that Miocic is gonna try to exploit here. Now, if it gets past the second round, maybe the third round, I think that's where Miocic has a huge advantage because of his cardio and his pace and his desire to win. And on top of that, Overeem, he might fade away in the in the 4th or 5th round because it's been a while since I've seen Overeem have a 5-round fight. He's gone 3 rounds with Nelson, Mir, but those guys, Nelson doesn't have a gas tank, and Mir has been shot since like fucking 5 years ago, man. He's a zombie basically. I don't really count those fights for him like having good cardio. Like he's better at pacing himself, and he's looked a lot better. And he knocked out Dos Santos, but that's zombie Dos Santos. Dos Santos does not look the same ever since he got destroyed by Velasquez, man. It looked like he took like fucking years off his life. So here's another big aspect is who has the better chin. When it comes to heavyweight, one punch can knock you out. And actually, that's been happening a lot lately in the UFC. This could all be for no point, and someone could just knock each other out in the first round. So many knockouts, so many champions have been losing their belts. Is it going to happen again tomorrow? I'm not so sure. Is Cleveland going to lose their champion? That suck. But as far as chin goes, you have to give it to Miocic. He's been taking some power shots from Dos Santos, from freaking Mark Hunt, and Alistair. That's one of his main weaknesses. He has so many knockout losses to his chin, where like Alistair would be winning the fight, and then someone would catch him amongst his chin, and he'd go down. Travis Brown did that. Bigfoot did that a lot of times. He hit him like 10 times in a row, then he finished him. So many other fighters, Vitor Belfort, he has a history of being knocked out. And normally when you be knocked out the first time, it's easier to knock you out the second time because of that chin. So who do I think is going to win this fight? I think in the first 2 rounds, I think that's when Alistair is going to be his most dangerous. And I think Stipe might be able to take it if it goes past the 3rd round. Now, it's all about who's able to improve their game, who's able to adapt to their game. Can Alistair bring cardio to the 4th and 5th round? And can Stipe be careful of the punches and the knees and the kicks? Will he be able to take him down? Will he not be able to? We'll see. So far, I think if Alistair can get a hold of the clinch game and use those deadly knees and still be able to defend against a takedown, I think he can take this match. I think whoever can implement a strong clinch game, I'm giving my prediction that Alistair could win 2nd round TKO. I'm giving my prediction for that. I want him to win too, but I'm going to predict Alistair. But if it goes past the 3rd round, that's where Stipe is going to take over. But whoever takes the clinch game, I think is probably going to win this fight. That's what I think is going to happen. That's my prediction for the fight. Hope you guys enjoyed the prediction. Who do you guys think is going to win this fight? Put your thoughts and comments down below. Banchard out.